Okay, guys, welcome back to Dave's LFC Chats. I've got the legend Keito with me again. We get straight into it, Keith. We're on a roll at the moment with 2 wins. And yesterday was deadline day in the transfer market, of course, and everybody's eyes were on the transfer. The last day, where are we going to get a centre back? And we got 2. so I know there was a bit of bad news later in the night, but what do you think of the 2 lads that have come in?
I was kind of thinking all along that we might end up doing a bit of a madness and get 2 in. Now I think the reason 2 have come in because their hand has probably been forced with the Matip injury. Obviously they know well before everybody else does. So we've kind of been forced into that to get another one in. I'd love to know which one was forced and which one was the kind of,
Yeah.
Well, you have to assume, there's lots going on behind the scenes. Like, we dip in and dip out of our interest in terms of what a transfer might lead. Like, these lads they're living and breathing it day in, day out, looking at opportunities and options.
Yeah.
There's people's jobs is to
the transfer committee, the actual transfer committee. Yeah.
So listen, I think it looks like on paper it looks like really good business.
It looks like great business on paper, financially as well. I mean, to get your man Ozan Kabak, the Turkish centre half, he's only 20, he's 21 in March, and Liverpool last season, I remember last summer they were looking at him at Schalke. Now Schalke have had a really poor season. I think they're at the bottom of the Bundesliga. They're shipping goals, but I mean, I wouldn't blame that on him. I mean, he's only 20. I mean, we let in 7 against Villa with Van Dijk. Remember, we had Van Dijk on the pitch. Yeah. So like people forget that
we've taken in Andy Robertson from a relegated side. When we
from Hull,
and like years gone past, the likes of Hansen and Lawrence and all these lads have come from absolutely nowhere. Rush
Lawrence actually came from Preston North End, was where we got Ben Davies from.
Yeah.
I actually like this Ben Davies guy.
To be honest with you, I knew nothing about him, right? And don't claim to be kind of an ITK or even follow that, to be honest with you. Knew very little about him. Had a little look about him. He looks to be a ball playing centre. He looks to be a ball playing centre half. Yeah. And to be honest with you, it's rare we're under a prolonged period of pressure where our centre halves and full backs are constantly, under pressure. It's moments. It's moments. We need defenders for moments. We need defenders for set pieces. We need defenders for that time when we turn over the ball, when we're attacking, everyone's full forward and then there's a long ball down the back or somebody plays something down the channel or a really good ball in behind. That's what we need. That's what we need defenders for, That's what we need 2 centre halves for. Will both of them play at the same time? Absolutely not towards the end of the season. I don't think it's going to solve the problem of having both Fabinho and Henderson into midfield for the rest of the season, unless they really step it up in the next month or so. You're still looking at one or both.
Fabinho and Hendo. I mean, Phillips has played well, to be fair. Now he will play tomorrow night, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he will not be dropped after that game and the last few games he's had. But the thing about I noticed about your man Ben Davies, he came in. He's 25. Celtic had him to sign. He was signing for Celtic, I think, on Friday, and Liverpool came in last minute. And said, "Listen, you can come to Liverpool." And apparently Liverpool were looking at him last year. See, we just don't know. They'd have a list of players they watch with the scouts.
Yeah.
And things like that.
No, but both of them love to take the ball out from the back. From what I've seen, obviously I've spent a bit of time looking at them since they've both been announced, and both of them love to take the ball out. They're cool-headed. Both of them look like cool-headed. They're good under pressure. They don't panic. But obviously 20 years of age for Kabak is a very young centre half. But he wins 75-77% of his duels. He seems to win in the air, so he's good in the air.
He's a big lad.
And he likes to take the ball out. He looks comfortable in the ball. Doesn't look rash. When he does go to challenge, he typically comes away with the ball. So listen.
To be honest, we dodged the bullet with your man Mustafi. I can tell you that much.
I don't think he was ever on.
I don't think we were ever in for him. You should have seen Twitter would have exploded. Yeah,
I think he was mentioned, and the reason why he was probably mentioned in some circles was because Schalke.
Yeah. But the other thing is, Keith, we'll get off this now, but I just found out tonight, actually, from somebody in Liverpool that Kabak hasn't registered with Liverpool yet, which means he can't play for a week or 2 or 3 weeks because he's from Turkey and he has to get a permit to play.
Okay.
So he won't be available for a few weeks, which is a weird one considering he's only on loan till May or June, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't heard that, to be honest.
Yeah, I heard that tonight. Now, well, definitely City he won't be available. People are talking, he might start for City. He won't be available for City or Brighton, But Davies apparently will be okay.
He would have started against City anyway, to be honest.
No, he wasn't going to start.
Not
I didn't have him on the bench. Have him on the bench. I was talking about.
Yeah.
I wasn't on about starting. But obviously, then the news broke. Everyone was happy. 2 centre halves. And then the news, a little thing on the bottom of Sky, and Joel Matip's out for the rest of the season. I mean, obviously Liverpool found that out probably Friday, Saturday morning, and then said, listen, we probably need a second centre half. I don't know what way they did it. I heard they could have been even going for a third. You wanted that Marseille guy, Carr.
Yeah.
Deja Kaletica. He looks a proper.
If you read between the lines, he looks like he was probably first choice before Kabak.
Well, he might come back in from Keith in the summer.
Yeah.
Because Kabak's only a loan, and they don't have to buy him. They can let him send him back to Schalke.
I don't. Both of those things, both of those signings deals do not impact on what we were going to do in the summer. Absolutely.
No, absolutely.
1.5 million, so they don't. They really don't.
No, you're right. But it's just nice to get a bit of reinforcements to help out the lads at the back. That's all I'd say about those two. Hopefully they work out, but we shall see.
Yeah.
But Matip out for the season, he's made of cardboard or glass. He's what a player he is when he's on the pitch. He's really calm. He's calm. He usually makes the right decisions. Rarely makes a mistake, to be honest. I would have likened him to be fit for the season, even though, as we said before, only last week, even if he was fit, he wouldn't have been playing every game. He wouldn't have been playing 2 games in a row.
You don't get 2 games. No, I think the way the football's going at the moment, where it's near enough 2 games a week, it's not made for him. It's not made for him at all, to be honest with you. He can barely do 1 game a week, never mind 2.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But I don't think he would have been a long-term kind of a solution now after the summer either, in terms of just his breakdown, and listen, we're going to have a look at it in the summer, because, we're missing, Gomez is quite injury prone as well. I know obviously the injury he has now is not like something in terms of a niggle or something that comes into play, but there's no guarantee either of the lads are going to come back anywhere near what they were beforehand, So Klopp has come out today to say, and listen, to be honest with you, I don't think it was too much of a surprise to anybody, irrespective of the videos that
I see him running Van Dijk on his Instagram,
no
chance.
Like
why would you risk it, Keith? Why would you risk it?
No, you wouldn't.
He gets another injury, mightn't play again.
Yeah.
In the same type of injury. No chance.
Chamberlain came back, I think, and he got an injury near enough straight after he came back as well, and he was knocked out there for another 6 weeks or so.
He was never the same either, was he?
No.
So what do you think of Minamino? Taki Minamino going to Southampton? I like him, but the more I look into it, more it sort of makes sense, Keith. I mean, he's not getting in for some reason. Klopp obviously sees him in training. Southampton's a good football team. They play United tonight, by the way. Southampton. Yeah. He's not in the squad. It was a bit late for the signing. No, but I'm just wondering. I think it's a good move for him. If we can get him playing well for Southampton, maybe scoring, making a few goals, it's good for us going forward next season. What do you think?
I tell you what I really liked about it. I suppose, is how it was handled. In terms of, he wasn't just shipped off to Southampton, for a loan deal, but an option to buy. There's no option for Southampton to buy him back.
No, it's just a loan straight. I think we can take him back in emergency as well.
Yeah, and Klopp has come out to say and basically said, listen, it's my fault for not playing him enough. So in terms of how that's handled, in terms of how you've handled the player and looked after the player, I think it speaks volumes in terms of where the club is and certainly where the management is in terms of how they've managed that lad going forward. So he's pretty much going away now thinking, do you know what, I need time. I'm going to get time here. They're going to play me. I'm sure there was conversations behind the scenes to say, well, okay, he's going to go, but he has to play. He's going to get some game time, and hopefully that gives him enough to come back. I still think there's an opportunity for him. But you had to fear from, over the last couple of games where Origi is going in and getting in before. Now, there's reasons why Origi goes in. There's reasons why Origi goes in the last match just due to his height against Westham, against set pieces. But if he's not getting in, then Origi,
there's question marks. There's definitely question marks.
Order. With Jota coming back and a couple of others coming back as well.
Was he ever going to get in anyway?
Chances were limited till the end of the season, no matter what way you look at it, unless we really fucking...
But that's what I'm saying. Well, let's hope that they would have been limited, because that means we'd be doing okay. But the thing is, Southampton will hopefully play him. It's probably in the contract that he gets a certain amount of games anyway.
Yeah.
And if he starts, gets a few goals, just looks good, gets into the groove and comes back in the summer, pre-season, raring to go for us, it can only be good for us. But tomorrow night, Brighton at Anfield. I think this is a potential banana skin now. We've done well in the 2 away games. Unbelievable in the last 2 games. surely we could go into this with huge confidence. We should take our eyes off the City game the weekend, because you have to play what's in front of you. And this 3 points is as important as the City game, because, I mean, if we go into this game and don't win it, we've wiped out the good work we've just done against West Ham and Spurs. So I think tomorrow night is an absolute must win, because then you go into the City game with 3 wins on the trot. Confidence is up. You're at Anfield, and we see what happens Sunday. But tomorrow night, I think. What do you think? I mean, Phillips again with Hendo has to be, doesn't it?
I'd say we're locked into a 1 game at a time now scenario. Yeah. Very similar to how we would have been over the last 2 years when we were going for titles. Yeah. Literally 1 game at a time. Thought we handled the game brilliantly against West Ham. You know, just in terms of setting it all up in the first half and then just doing it in the second half. So it was really mature, really professional. So it kind of leads me to believe that's where the head is at now. That's where we're all at now. We've had our blip. We've gone through that now. I'd expect the same professional performance. It looks like we're clinical. You get Mane back. He's going to be pissed off now with Salah getting 2 goals the other night, right? Taking all the plaudits over the last couple of days. He's going to be fired up. And if Salah's fired up as well, Bobby's cameo was really good the other night as well, to be honest with you. So it looks like we're clicking up front, and when we click up front, everything else comes. Everything else comes along. Yeah. You know,
and another thing, Trent. Look, as you just said, Trent in the last 2 games, and Robbo, especially Trent, though, because he was the one everybody was watching, has looked a different player. That's huge. That is huge for us.
Huge amount coming down the right hand side over the last couple of games. Not as much coming down the left hand side for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. Whether it's the shape or the balance of the side, a huge amount coming down the right hand side. Robbo not getting as much of the ball, but doing what he has to do from a defensive perspective. I'm not that worried about tomorrow night, to be honest with you. I think it'll be a good, solid performance. I don't think we're losing 2 on the trot at home, to be honest with you. I think we'll be fired up and we'll be pissed off having lost our record at home. I'd expect us to be dominant, and as long as the lads up front take their chances, I think we could win quite easily. Not saying it's going to be a hatful by any means.
2 or 3. 2 or
3. And then that sets us up lovely then for the weekend, to be honest with you.
No, I couldn't have said it any better. As I said, tomorrow's huge. Just get the win. No more bloody injuries. No more injuries.
I think the performance, to keep the performance going is important, Dave. I think it's important we look like we're going to challenge. I think it sends a message to everybody else. It'll certainly send a message to City at the weekend. Say, do you know what? We're right bang back at this now.
Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's not just all about a 1-0, scrappy 1-0. It's actually about a 3-4-0. Not say hammering, but a proper performance. As you said, at home, we lost there against Burnley last week after nearly 4 years. April it would have been 4 years at home. Yeah. And we're not going to lose 2 in a row at home, which 1 in 3.5 years. So we'll be ready to roll, and I'm sure we'll win. I'm actually going to say 2-0, but it could be more. But I think it'll be a bit comfortable 2-0 for Liverpool.
Yeah, they could get one back on us. I don't think we're completely infallible at the back, to be honest with you. I think we might. We still might lick the odd goal here and there.
Another 3-1 maybe. 3-1s in a row.
Another 3-1, to be honest with you. Fancy all 3 to score tomorrow night, to be honest with you, on the score sheet.
Lovely, yeah. Well, that's great. And we leave it at that. Let's get the win tomorrow night against Brighton. I won't say that Brighton up by Wednesday again, but I hope Liverpool will do.
It'd also be nice to be going in second tomorrow night, wouldn't it? Want to say.
Well, I tell you, hope Southampton can do us a favour tonight to kick it off now in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But we shall see. A few people are going to slag straight after this.
Well.
I'm sure you are too. Anyway, Keto, stay safe. I'll talk to you after the game. This means more. Cheers, bro.